Hello, my name is Sheila and this is going to be a bit of a different video. Now that wedding season's coming to an end, I'm starting to go back to like my old projects and things that I wanted to look into. And I'm a very big fan of gear, cameras, anything that has to do with, production in general. So I've been looking for a small little camera that I can fit into my purse for a very long time, and I didn't want to go too much into specs. I didn't want it to be something very elaborated. I wasn't interested much in video, even though the option that I chose is great in video, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. But I just wanted something to throw into my purse, not have to think about it, have it for parties, for trips, for just anything, to be able to capture the moment and not have to think about big lenses or having to protect it at all times. My first option was the Canon G7X Mark III, but that has been sold out for a very long time, and I wasn't about to wait even 4 more months after all that I've waited to purchase it. So that kind of pushed me to look into other options, and today I'm going to show you what I ended up choosing. I ended up choosing the Sony ZV1 Mark II, and this is probably the best option that I could have gone with. It is so lightweight and compact. It is so tiny. I feel like it doesn't even do it justice. This is my hand. And it has this flip out screen that flips to the side. The G7X kind of flips up on, so which is kind of nice because you're looking straight at the lens and the screen is right on the top. So this one I have to remind myself to look into the screen, but I feel like when you have lights or when you're on the go, it is much easier to look at this screen and be able to actually see what's going on. And pardon me, every time I put this here, the camera, I'm shooting with the R6. I'm mostly a Canon shooter, but this game is too strong on the R6 when it comes to the autofocus on the eyes. So I have to like literally cover my eyes for it to be able to focus on the Sony. But I do have to say this is a very little powerful camera, and I can't believe how many specs are built into this tiny little thing. By the way, when you close it, if the screen is closed, it completely shuts down and brings the lens in. And when you open it, it opens it back up, which I think is really cool and easy. That way it saves me like a little bit of time onto pressing the on and off button. This camera, just like the G7X, has 21 megapixels. It has a 1-inch sensor. It also has a built-in ND filter, which comes in really handy. I have mine set up to auto. It can shoot 4K up to 30 frames per second, and I'm pretty sure it can shoot 1080 up to 60 frames per second. Mostly a Canon shooter, so I'm still learning my way back to Sony. I used to have a A6400 a long time ago, and I also owned a A7 II, but it's been a while and I feel like I'm getting used to the extensive menu once again. So one of the annoying things with this camera is that it's very easy to confuse the buttons on the top. You have your on and off button, you have your record button, and then you also have the switch between camera and photo. And when I'm shooting like this, it's really hard to see which one you're actually choosing. So I end up recording myself a bunch of times that I actually want to take a picture. As far as design, the camera, I feel like it's really slick. It has this hot shoe on the top. It has a built-in microphone, by the way, but I have heard that this one is not as good. I will test it out in this video and let you guys know what it sounds like. It also brings this little thing that you can put on the top, but it's much, I find it much easier to just use another microphone. So today I'm using this Rode right here. Flash option, this one is the Godox Lux Junior, and I feel like it's just small enough to throw into my purse, and I have it set on auto. Because I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to go too techie into owning this camera, and I don't want to have too many things like in my purse, because the point of it was to have just something small to just have with me and capture memories. So this is what the setup will look like if I'm using it and I'm taking like a little selfie. I have the Godox Lux Junior on the top. The Godox also brought this little diffuser that you can just put on really quick and take it off, but I am keeping it like this. So I just took 2 pictures. I will try to insert them into the video. But it's just so flawless. It also has a beauty filter if that's something that you're interested in. You can turn that off as well. But anyways, I find it so easy to just use this setup and have it in my purse. I just take this little flash off and throw it into my bag. And then I have like a really nice combination of a professional camera that could possibly film and photograph any event that I'm at or any situation that I'm in. This camera also have creative filters. I usually keep it between vivid or standard. That's what I find myself going into the most. And I do have the image stabilization on. I also have it on standard, the creative look. So this camera does run out of battery a lot. So I ended up buying this little kit that brings a charger and an extra battery. So this is my whole setup for the camera. And I'm super excited and very happy to use it. I also bought this little cover, so we're gonna put it on the camera now and see what it looks like. So this is what it looks like right there as It has a screen, obviously not covered, but everything else is protected, and that's probably why they gave you this little screen protector that I will end up putting on as soon as I finish filming this video. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and switch so you can see the difference between the R6 and this one. Bueno, nada, esta es la realidad de la vida, donde hay que cambiar las cosas mil veces. Shooting 24 frames per second. I have the shutter set to 50 and the aperture set to 1.8. That's obviously going to change once I zoom in. Okay, so I zoom in all the way. I am an aperture 4 now because I zoomed in, and then I tried to bring my lighting up because obviously it's looking much darker. But one thing I will say about this camera is that the autofocus is impeccable. It is so quick to focus on things. I don't know if you can see that there. It is just super quick. I can't see the actual camera, so I hope it is actually focusing. But that's one of the differences between this one and the Canon G7X that made me go for this one. I think as far as differences, the autofocus, the weight, and the flash were the three things that kind of had me going in between one or the other. There are many video differences that didn't really matter to me because I'm not looking for this camera to shoot video with, and honestly, I feel like one of the downfalls is that the menu is so extensive, and there's some things that pop up in the camera that I don't always know what they mean, so it kind of pisses me off. But that's because I am, you know, used to the Canon world, I guess, so I'm gonna have to get used to this one. Like right now it's saying switch AB TV. I do not know what that means, but you know what? I will not switch. How about that? For comparison, I'm also filming with my phone. I do have an iPhone 15 Pro Max, and this is what the camera looks like. I'm filming with the back camera. This is on regular video, by the way. This is not on like the option for the professional, I forgot what they call it, cinematic or whatever. Also, you can use your app to transfer the photos and videos that you've taken really easily to your phone, both with the ZV1 and the Canon G7X. Both of these cameras do have an ND filter, and I feel like I wish I could do a side-by-side comparison so you guys can see that they're not much different. So if you are on the hunt for a small little camera and you are waiting for the Canon G7X, I will definitely recommend looking into the Sony ZV1 Mark II. So here is a bit of a difference for the microphone, and as you can see, I am all the way zoomed out, so I am looking a little bit weird in this camera just because of the focal point, but whatever, we're gonna ignore that. So this is the camera built-in microphone, and it's set to the front. You can set it to pick up audio from the sides, the back, and the front. I have it obviously set to the front because I will always be talking in front of the camera, I would assume. And then also the Canon G7X does not have this built-in microphone, so that's something to keep in mind as well. And yeah, this is my little review. I just wanted to kind of talk a little bit more about things that do inspire me on this page, and hopefully this means anything to you. If not, thank you for watching.